What is up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you with Dallas Stewart from Dallas's apartment. Dallas, how you doing?
Doing good. Super wild card weekend is here.
And who would have thought that we would backdoor our way into the mix, right? As I was talking to CG about last night. Thank you all of those who came into the stream and showed love and, just came out and hunted with me and CG as we talked about the matchup and other football-related topics and then some for the Saturday. And I was just watching Seahawks Brendan Nelson's video about for this upcoming game with how the weather could be effective, and all we gotta say is embrace the chaos. To quote Brendan Nelson, we have to embrace the chaos. Am I right?
Yeah.
But yeah, final week of the regular season because me and Dallas had that split, which I won the split, so that made me 4-3 on the splits, and Dallas 3-4 on the splits, surprisingly. But I went 10-6 and he went 9-7, and that's how we ended the regular season. But now, this is the 2022 NFL Super Wildcard Weekend picks. And to start us off, on Saturday, we are the first game of the Super Wildcard Weekend. We got the Seahawks going to Levi's to take on the 49ers in Santa Clara. The 49ers beat the crap out of the Arizona Cardinals, and we squawked by the Rams on Dallas's birthday last week to make that
keep our chances alive, and then we got the help from the Lions.
Yep, thank you, Detroit Lions.
Yep.
But obviously we had the tiebreaker over Detroit, hence we got in. But, it's like the season for what it was, regardless of what happens this Saturday, I will say this, win or lose or whatever happens, this was a successful year. And we as Seahawks fans, regardless of it, we should be happy that this happened.
Yeah.
I mean, the Niners, we know they got Ayuk back, they got, obviously, Elijah Mitchell back, and they're getting a bunch of key guys back, which is going to be a big factor to why the 49ers are so heavily favored in this one, though, too. But, we know they're going to bring it. It's going to be a crazy game. Let's see how much of a factor the rain and weather will play. I know they're going to have a three-headed monster with Mason, McCaffrey, and Mitchell. So definitely looking to see how well, because I know the Niners are probably going to run it right off the bat to start it out. And then just to see how much pressure we can get on Brock Purdy. And obviously if we can try to limit Kittle, which Kittle's not going to be no easy task. But the rain could definitely affect the way that Brock Purdy throws the ball in this game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
I think the key is for us to even have a chance, no turnovers.
And we need to force some turnovers, too, if we even want to have a chance. But, I mean, as much as I hate to do this around this time, I got to at least go on the side and I've got to take San Francisco. They're at home, and, they're a much, much more loaded roster.
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to go with San Francisco.
But, knock on wood, though.
To make it 3-0.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, now it's the playoffs, but knock on wood to one day to hope that we could possibly pull one of these.
Maybe third time will be the charm.
Maybe hopefully we could somehow pull one of the greatest upsets in NFL history,
Yeah.
Much like when we did the Beastquake. But no guarantees, no assuming it, but, this is the fun part of why we do these picks and whatnot, too. But, regardless of it, Seahawks fans, we're just happy we made it in here, and I'm happy for the way this season is. Pete Carroll has done a hell of a job with this team, and he definitely deserves some consideration for the Coach of the Year.
Yeah, my advice is just give him everything you have.
Yeah, and, they may obviously make it even up the playoff series, because last time we played the Niners in the playoffs was the 2013 NFC Championship game.
Yeah, so first playoff game against each other in 9 years.
Yeah, in 9 years, which I remember because I was there. Sherman's tip in my end zone. But regardless of it, it's like the only difference is this time around is it's a wild card.
Yeah.
So the winner of this game doesn't go to the Super Bowl yet. I mean, that's the only difference with the last time we played them was the game we won against them was the game that decided who gets to go to the Super Bowl. So much more different stakes. I mean, same stakes, but this time it's the earlier rounds. And, I give props to the 49ers with how they have their roster built and how Shanahan is running, especially going through 3 different quarterbacks and now having Mr.
Kyle
Relevant.
Shanahan should be in consideration for Coach of the Year.
Yeah. But knock on wood for Seahawks, though, for us Seahawks fans, knock
Yeah.
on wood, and let's hope for the best, but let's give them all we had, and regardless, this was still a hell of a year for us.
Yeah,
man.
let's at least.
And I'm happy for it,
Let's at least go down swinging.
Yeah, if it happens. All right, up next, the later game, the night game, to cap off Saturday, we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Staley might regret playing his starters in the final week because they basically lost Mike Williams for the playoff game. And that's a big blow. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars, while we were at Dave and Buster celebrating your 30th birthday the night before going to the game, pretty much had a battle with the Tennessee Titans, even though they were obviously still without Tannehill, and they almost blew, and they were looking a little lost.
Yeah, they started off sluggish.
Yeah, and then had all those field goals, and then they send in that corner blitz with Rayshawn Jenkins, and Jenkins got the pressure, forced the fumble, and the defensive end for Jacksonville, Josh Allen, scoops it and takes it in for the house call to pretty much wrap up the AFC South for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hence, they will be hosting a playoff game in Duval.
Yeah.
Who would have first playoff appearance for the Jags since Saxonville in 2017.
Yep, and they're playing good right now.
And
5 in a row.
And Jacksonville,
Doug Peterson, another
Coach of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
But
he's
also,
really turned around that team.
And also, I gotta say, there's also potential rumors. I've seen rumors, the Arizona Cardinals are going to try to trade DeAndre Hopkins this offseason too. And I heard one of the candidates is the Jacksonville Jaguars to possibly make a move at him. I'll tell you what, if the Jaguars make a move for DeAndre Hopkins, it would probably cost them a first-round pick, but
it would improve their receiving core.
I mean, and plus DeAndre Hopkins would be reunited with an old running mate of his from the Arizona Cardinals who went to Jacksonville this past season, which was Christian Kirk.
Yeah, it would definitely improve their receiving core.
And I know Trevor Lawrence would definitely love to have
Yeah.
Hopkins. And then, not to mention, Hopkins would be returning to the AFC South. If that's the
because
case.
of when he was in Houston, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's this offseason. We'll see what happens during the offseason. But Jacksonville and the Chargers, Brandon Staley is going to regret playing those starters. And here's a question. If the Chargers blow this, is Staley on the hot seat? Possibly.
Maybe. That's what the rumors are. It's hard to say. He's only in his, second year?
Yeah, since obviously going over from the Rams.
And they just missed the playoffs last year. Maybe.
Yeah, but he
this
got
game will determine a lot.
Yep. And I know last time these two teams met in LA, the Jaguars just annihilated them.
Yeah, I think
in LA.
the Chargers are a little banged up. Yeah, that was a shocker.
Yeah, but with Mike Williams being out, that's a huge blow.
I know the Chargers still have Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen, but losing Mike Williams is a pretty big blow.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Jacksonville Jaguars to get it done at home against the Chargers and move on to the divisional round. I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville to keep it rolling. This is going to be a good game. This is probably going to be one of the best games of the weekend.
I think it's the most underrated game of the weekend.
Both teams are kind of evenly matched.
Yeah. So I definitely think that
yeah, I feel like nobody's really talking about this one, and they should be.
Yeah, this is a very...
This is a coin flip game.
It's an underrated game, though, too,
yeah.
and I hope it's good. All right. Up next, the Sunday slate. We got the Miami Dolphins going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Dolphins just barely squawked into the playoffs, even though it wasn't pretty. And the Buffalo Bills just in a tight little battle with the New England Patriots at the end of the year, but won it for Damar Hamlin right off the bat with Nyheim Hines taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Still want to send my prayers to Damar Hamlin on his speedy recovery. Good news, he's back in Buffalo in a Buffalo hospital with his recovery. Me and CG were just talking about that last night. This is easy. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, give me the Bills. The Dolphins don't stand a chance because they're starting Skylar Thompson. I expect this to be a blowout.
Absolutely. All right, and then up next we got the New York Giants going to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Vikings. We know what happened last time around with Greg Joseph making a 61-yarder to barely win it for the Vikings. The New York Giants rested starters and pretty much the reason why the Philadelphia Eagles have the number one seed in the NFC. Because they took care of it with ease with Jalen Hurts being back, and boy, the Eagles are.
And the Vikings dropped a few at the end of the season, so
yeah, pretty much. And the Minnesota Vikings beat the crap out of the Chicago Bears, as
Yeah.
we expected. Hence, the Bears have now the number
This is
one
gonna be a
overall
good. I think
pick.
this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and I think Jalen Carter's going to get drafted number 1 to the Chicago Bears, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But this game could be another surprisingly good game. But I'm going to lean towards Minnesota in this
Yeah, I'm
one.
gonna lean towards Minnesota. It was a good game the first time, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pull off the upset. This is the Vikings better not take the Giants lightly.
They cannot take them lightly.
And not Brian Dable, another Coach of the Year candidate. He's really turned around that team, and Daniel Jones surprisingly had a good regular season.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, he really got Daniel Jones playing better.
Especially with the wins he pulled against the Ravens.
And the Giants have a good defense, so this is gonna be a tough. This is not gonna be no cakewalk for Minnesota, but I think they do just enough to get by at home.
How much of a factor will Kayvon Thibodeau be for the Giants if they want to win this game? If the Giants,
He's got to be a big factor.
Yeah, and
Get pressure on Kirk Cousins.
and make him throw interceptions.
Yeah,
Playoff Kirk Cousins is a question.
yeah. This is a big game for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens in Cincinnati taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Ravens played the Bengals last week, obviously lost, and now they get another match. And obviously, still no Lamar Jackson. The Bengals, red hot, ready to go on potentially another run to the Super Bowl. We know they got all their stars. We know they're going to be ready to go. Give me the Bengals again.
Yeah, give me the Bengals to win the rubber match.
Yeah.
The Ravens kind of limped they limped down the stretch, and I think it's going to be an early exit for them.
All right, and last but not least, the Monday night game. We got the Dallas Cowboys in Tampa taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Does the old man potentially have one more run in him? Could he potentially?
Maybe
Playoff Tom
not
Brady?
with the team I've seen this year, but
Yeah.
I never count out Tom Brady.
I mean, it's crazy to think that the Buccaneers are in with a sub 500 record. Granted,
Yep.
they probably rested starters late. They rested starters later in that Atlanta game. But it's like you could never ever really count out Tom Brady. But this is most likely Brady's last run at it, though.
Yeah.
Too. He's taking on
Although
the
he
Dallas-
says he's not retiring, but I don't think that's a wise decision.
I think this is the end of the line for Tom Brady in this season. But with the Dallas Cowboys, with that defense having some of the biggest question marks, though, we know what happened last time around. Dak Prescott got hurt week 1, hence they had to put in Cooper Rush, and the Buccaneers won that game
19-3.
Yeah, they're at home. They're in Raymond James Stadium, and just for that, I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and probably Tom Brady to most likely probably get what should be.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be his last because we've all learned in history never to count out Tom Brady. But I'm gonna take Tom Brady and the Buccaneers to get it done.
Yeah, this was the toughest game in my opinion to pick, but I'm gonna go with Tom Brady. I just can never pick against Tom Brady in the playoffs. Plus, he's 7-0 career against the Cowboys, and I just don't trust the Cowboys in the playoffs. This is a big game for the Cowboys. Not just their organization, but Mike McCarthy.
Exactly.
I mean, you should be able to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the way Mike McCarthy was fired from Green Bay with the way he costed the Packers.
And,
kind of making those mistakes in Dallas too.
And they had an early exit last year after a 12-win season.
To San
and
Francisco.
They did not look good last week against Washington, and they mainly played their starters the whole game because
Yeah.
I know they're going to be pissed after laying that egg against Washington in the finale.
Oh yeah, big time. We were all surprised.
This is kind of
about
a
that
shot
one.
in the dark pick, but I just don't trust the Cowboys in the playoffs, and I trust Tom Brady a lot more.
And there you have it. Those are our wild card picks. Obviously, knock on wood for Seahawks, but obviously with the 49ers in that game, we took the 49ers in that one, but knock on wood, we're knocking on wood. Jaguars over Chargers, Bills over Dolphins, Vikings over Giants, Bengals over Ravens, and Buccaneers over Cowboys. We'll get this video up later, and Dallas and I are going to hang for a little while. Get yourself back in here. I hope he enjoyed his birthday, man.
Well, it was the ultimate, I got the ultimate birthday gift because we got a win, and then the Lions got us into the playoffs and knocked Green Bay out. And Aaron Rodgers is sitting at home.
And then us having a top 5 pick to boot,
Yeah.
because of obviously, our trade of Russell Wilson. But granted, I decided to wear the Super Slaughter shirt that I got after we won the Super Bowl. Decided to wear this one because we totally won that trade. But anyway, We're going to sign off here. Catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.